Welcome to the Lyra Post Show with me, Meghann, Scully. I'm absolutely honoured to be chatting to this lady. It's Lyra. How are you?
I'm good. How are you keeping, love?
I'm so good. It's so good to have you here, and welcome home. I know you're in Cork at the moment, and you're in quarantine, as they say.
Yeah, I am. It's so boring. I literally had to get my mom to drop like some of her makeup up to the front door because I couldn't even go out. I was like, I forgot to bring home makeup, and she was like, oh my god, I'll drop my makeup bag outside the door, and now I've literally kicked her out again. She's like, oh my god.
I know it's so tough. I think as people kind of, people are like, oh, you just went into quarantine or go into isolation. It's like, yeah, but there's so much you kind of forget that you can't go anywhere. You're literally stuck inside the house.
Literally stuck here. Like, I'm going to come out of this place like a different woman the amount I'm eating and drinking in here.
Are you enjoying it though? Is it nice to be back in Irish soil?
It is, yeah, and it's lovely to be back in my own bed and just like a clear headspace and been writing some stuff while I'm here. So, and doing some virtual things as well, like over the internet, and I get to chat to you as well. So, I mean, I can't complain. At least I have company.
Yeah, I know. Sure, look, virtual company is just as good as like in real life company as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, we were just saying there, you're based in Brighton, which is, of course, outside of London. I used to live in London a couple of years ago, and I remember, like, when the sun was shining, everyone went to Brighton, and it was brilliant.
Yeah, it is great crack there, because, like, you have the sea, you have the city, and, like, the music industry there is fantastic. Like, the amount of creative sound there is crazy.
It's such a cool spot. But the one thing, like, my friend said to me when we were going, she goes, okay, you'll have to have fish and chips because you're in Brighton. And I was like, brilliant. And she goes, we'll go sunbathing. So I was like, great. And then I got there with my little towel, and I went to lie out, and I was like, it's kind of uncomfortable, like it's all stones. And I was like, is there any sand? And then she's like, no, you just have to make yourself comfortable. So I remember like spending most of the day trying to like make a little kind of like alcove for my back on the stones.
Yeah, you literally have to like shimmy your arse right in and just like stay there, like do not move.
Yeah, and I was like, well, why does everyone love the beach here so much? I was like, there's no sand. And then she was like,
I think it's just because there's so many pubs along the seafront. That's why they love it. And they're not really at the beach, they're at the pub. That's what I do anyway.
Oh, sure, look, it is so much crack. And now we have to chat about the new single, New Day, because I know this is like pretty much self-produced and then the music video to accompany it. So tell us about the track first.
So the track basically is, I done it actually a while back, and I just felt like now was like a really good time to kind of like get it out into the world. It got on a German advert from a company called Van Moof, which was like all about this new e-bike and like that's like New Day dawning in their industry and stuff like that. And I suppose what we've all been through at the moment with like COVID and also other things going on in the world, I just kind of was listening at home, and I was like, you know what, it's time for me to bring this out and show everyone and kind of hopefully give them kind of that sense of light at the end of the tunnel, because it makes me feel like that. And listening to myself, normally I'm allergic, so like, you know, listening to this and feeling it, I was like, okay, we need to take her out of the cupboard. So I done that, and then the video I done myself, which took me forever and a day. Like, my technical skills are shocking. But I really wanted to challenge myself, like, what better time now? Like, you know, I have a lot of time in my hands compared to what I was supposed to have this summer. So I said I just throw myself into it, and I made the music video, and that's coming out on Friday, I think. So I'm excited for people to see it, because, you know, I really wanted to get a lot in there about what is going on in the world at the moment, and, you know, what struggles we're facing, what struggles that we've overcome. And I hope anyway that I've kind of summed that up in the video.
And where did you shoot the video?
So a lot of it I've just like searched online for ages for like footage, for like things on like, you know, free stockage and stuff like that. And I just clipped pieces out of it. And then I hired a videographer just to come to like this field with me for the day. I was like, okay, look, I'll just need you for 2 hours, because I was scared to do a whole day, because I don't know, I'm just a bit worried about meeting people at the moment. So I went up there with like 3 outfits, like changing in the back of the car and coming out and be like, okay, now I'm going to do this. So if you can just film me doing it. Then he sent me the whole footage, and I just edited into the video then. So that's kind of like how I've done it.
I have to say, I love the white dress. I was like, oh, I love it.
I know. Gorgeous. I love it. I love it so much, because like you can breathe out as much as you want and have as much COVID kilos as you want, because it's so baggy. I'm like, yes.
I know, I'm here sitting here in skinny jeans and I'm like, oh, they're just a little bit tight, and I'm like sitting down, I'm like, oh, I really just need to leave them open and I'm sitting.
Just go for it, girl. Just let it all hang out.
Oh, stop. I know, the crack fish. Now I have to go back to this moment. I know I've heard you speaking about it before, but like I just think it's so cool every time I've heard this story about when you were sitting down with a cup of tea watching Love Island.
Oh my God, yeah. And On Your One comes, like, I was like, are they for real? Because obviously Love Island, like, it's an addictive thing. Like, even if you don't like it at the start, like, you still tune in because you just can't get it out of your brain of what's going to happen. And then on Pops Falling, I was like, okay, we're going. It was amazing. I literally died because I didn't know. I was like, okay. I was first of all thinking somebody's massively ripped off my song and I need to find them, or it's going to be me. And then it turned out to be me. I was like, well, that's pretty fucking cool. So I was thrilled to myself.
You're very like, wait, that sounds familiar. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
It must be like so, like, because that season was massive and like everyone was sitting watching it. So, and I know afterwards everyone was shazamming, like people that didn't know the song were shazamming you, and it's like, oh my God, it was like everyone was talking about it. It was class.
Yeah, it was cool. Like I was in England at the time, and like even people like ringing me for interviews and stuff, and I was like, whoa, this is pretty awesome.
No, it's so savage. And then of course another song you're involved in we have to talk about it is Irish Women in Harmony. Every time I hear that coming on, I get goosebumps. I'm like, oh, it's savage.
Thank you. I know, it's amazing. Like I nearly bawled my arse off, and like I've listened to it a lot. Like even before it came out, I listened to it a lot, and then it came out and I listened to it even more. But like not only being a part of that like amazing movement of women coming together and empowering each other, which like in the music industry a lot of people try and put us women against each other, which is like really sad, and like, oh, you're competing against this person, and we're all in the frame mind that we're not, and we wanted to support each other and lift each other up and show each other's different talents and, you know, really come together as a unit. And then also supporting Safe Ireland, which is like for domestic abuse towards women, which was something that we all felt really strongly about as Irish women, to give back to these Irish women who don't have voices, just to use our own to help them as much as we can. And like what we raised was far more than I could ever imagine. So, you know, Ruth Ann did put it all together, like massive credit to her. Like when I got the message, I was like, yes, I'm in, like no matter what, I'm going to be there. So and we just have a really nice community now. Like we speak to each other on WhatsApp all the time. We always support each other. Like if something happens, like we message each other and we get advice, or like, you know, we tell each other to look out for things or like stuff like that. It's like, it's more than just a song. Like I know it's going around saying it's more than just a song, it's a movement, but it really is. And I'm just honoured to be one of the Irish women in it. I really am.
I know, and Ruth Ann said in the Late Late Show about an album, so I just was like, as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh wow, I cannot wait for that, because I know it's just going to be a collection of unbelievable tracks.
It's going to be so juicy. I got the email the other day and I was like, juicy!
No, it is. It's so good. And that's the one thing I love about the Irish music industry there, and how supportive everyone is, because I've chatted to quite a few of the girls that have been on it, and, you know, various artists over the years, and everyone is just actually genuinely like wants to help each other out, which I love. And like everyone kind of tries, as you said, people kind of try to put this whole against each other comparison competition thing. And
yeah.
Well, actually, no, it's like everyone just likes to work together, and it's like, you know, genuinely they're all sound.
Exactly. And like, you know, you look at the Irish Women in Harmony lineup, there's not one of us that is the same. So I don't know why people would compare us anyway. And, you know, we're all fine with that. We're like, you know what, we're awesome women. Compare me to any of these women and I'd be honoured. So it's no skin off our back. So I'm thrilled. I love them to death. I really do.
Yeah, it's absolutely class. Another thing I want to chat about is, I know you were a fan of Van Morrison. It was his birthday recently, and I know you did some of his covers there for Hot Press. Tell me about growing up maybe listening to Van.
It was kind of through my dad. So like my dad used to listen to him a lot, and in my dad's house we used to have, my bedroom was across the way from my dad's bedroom, so at night time he put on Van and we'd both just leave our doors open and just like, that would be us, like night, listening like brown eyed girl, like cool, see ya. And it kind of like always had like that kind of childhood memory. So when the guys approached me and asked me if I do it, I was like, great. I love taking other people's songs and like recreating them and reimagining them into my own style. And you know, it's so much fun. So to be able to do that, I was like, great. And I picked a new kind of man. I was like, I need one. So I mean, why not pick that one?
Now, I said, I did say to you before we went on the chat, I'm based in Limerick. You're no stranger to Limerick. I know you played Dolan's there. When was that now? It was, I'm pretty, the way time is going, I never know what was something like 6 months ago, or was it a year ago?
I'm the same. It was just before lockdown.
Yeah, it was.
So
was
probably like in April, I think.
Was that January, February?
I don't know. I can't even remember, and I was there. I was like literally having outer body experience on stage. I didn't know who I was.
I play tag rugby down here, and I'm pretty sure everyone that plays tag rugby was at the gig, because it was like,
yeah,
everyone's playing tag rugby. Who's going to Lyra? Who's going to Lyra? Who's going to Lyra? It's like, yeah, we're all going to Lyra. So actually, it was just like class. Like that's one thing about Dolan's and Limerick. It's so supportive when there's like someone coming to town. Like, we turn up.
Oh yeah, you do, and you did, and I absolutely loved it. I mean, I felt like I was just like singing to friends. I was like chatting away in between songs. Like somebody'd say something, I'd be like, yeah, I know, girl, or like, oh, my boots, they're from here, they're from there. I was like, God, this is hilarious, but like so soothing for an artist to be able to get on stage and feel so comfortable in somewhere that's not your hometown. And I had never played there before, so I was like, oh, please God, they like it now. So, you know, I do have to thank everyone from Limerick making me feel amazing on stage. I came out thinking I was Beyonce. I was like, yes, I am.
Oh, I'll tell you, we can't wait to have you back here anyways, that's for sure.
You're great.
Now, of course, we don't know when gigs are going to happen again, but Lyra, what is the plan maybe in the short term for you?
So I'm currently, even through this whole, well, I'm currently choking actually at the moment. But other than that, I'm working on an album at the moment. I do have to do it all like via emails and stuff like that, which is slowing down the process. But the songs are written. I'm doing some producing with some guys from LA that have recently just done the Lady Gaga album and Rain on Me with Ariana Grande. So it's very exciting. And I am promising people that there will be new, my phone's gone black. We're back. There will be new music out soon. So that's what I'm working on anyway.
I can't wait. And also, I just said, I know we can't mention gigs, but 2021, you have been announced for Leeds and Reading.
I do. Yeah, that is announced. And there's a few others that have rebooked that just haven't been announced yet. So I plan on hitting the road big time next year. I'm like, anywhere that wants to book me, I'm like, yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there.
Oh, there's going to have, like, festivals are going to have to happen like 7 days a week now. There can't be just like weekends. We need to make up for this summer. So like, like Monday to Friday, all weekend, everything.
We're in.
I'm like, here's me like festival goer, but like, yeah, 7 days a week, and like you guys and your voices, and like you'll have to like figure out a way to like have quick recuperation.
Yeah. We'll all have to start miming by the end of like, I'm shy at that. I wouldn't be able to do it anyway.
I have to say, Lyra, I've been listening to music for the last few days since I knew we were going to chat and everything. I just love your sound. I just like, it's so unique as well. It's like you, there's no one even out there that you can compare you to, because your voice is just, it's you, it's Lyra, and you hear it and you're like, that's Lyra. And even when I'm in the car and the song, I go, if I'm changed station midway, and I'm just like, it just, there's something about your voice as well. It's so powerful. It's also, I find, really empowering.
Thank you. That's very, very nice to hear.
I don't know, I have to say, like, I'm like here fangirling. Before I let you go, I do have to ask, when you're away from Cork, what do you miss the most?
Well, I would normally say Barry's tea, but I literally get it sent over by my mum all the time. I'm a massive Barry's tea drinker.
Yeah.
The butter as well, Kerrygold. I love Kerrygold butter. And you can get it in England, but like, there's nothing like being at home. And the water, when you have tea in Ireland, is definitely different, because tea tastes better over here than over in England.
Yeah.
And a good pint of Guinness. I love Guinness, and it's shocking over there. So Guinness is like a have to for me.
Yeah, it is hard to get good Guinness in the UK unless you're kind of, unless you can find an old school Irish pub that's kind of Irish lads that maybe, you know how to pull a pint of Guinness.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like, take your time. Take your time.
I will.
They're like, all right, girl.
Lyra, for those who aren't following you, where can we find you on social media? So
all my social medias are at This Is Lyra, and also I have a website that is just www.lyra.ie. That's new. Yeah. I feel so fancy with a website.
I said now we have the music video cut for New Day coming out soon. We cannot wait to see it in full. Of course, self-produced and everything. I know it's going to be amazing. And thank you so much for chatting to us on the Liverpool show.
Oh, thanks a million for having me. Honestly, you've been such great support. I wouldn't be anywhere else.
And hopefully next time we'll be chatting, we'll either be in Dolan's or in a studio somewhere.
Yeah, and I won't have a face full of my mom's makeup and my mom's jump front, so I'll be a bit more glam for you.
Lyra, it's an absolute pleasure. Take care, Sloan.
Thanks, sweetheart. Bye, love. Bye.